Welcome to BookBuzz Reviews and Summaries. Dear readers, let me ask you a question. What if I told you that the single greatest asset you possess is not money, not talent, not even intelligence, but time? What if I told you that, right now, at this very moment, you are sitting on a treasure trove of untapped potential, waiting to be unlocked? You see, time is the one resource we can never earn back, yet we spend it so carelessly. We waste it in distractions, we lose it in obligations, and we give it away to things that do not serve us. And then we wonder where it all went. But today that changes. Today, we stand at the threshold of transformation, and in our hands, we hold the key. The Time Cleanse, a proven system to eliminate wasted time, realize your full potential, and reinvest in what matters most by Griffith. This is not just another time management book. No, this is a declaration of independence from the forces that steal our time and, in doing so, rob us of our dreams, our ambitions, and the lives we were meant to live. Imagine for a moment a life where you are in full control of your time, where every minute, every hour, every day is invested with intention, precision, and purpose. Imagine a world where you are no longer a victim of distractions, but a master of your destiny. That world is within your reach, and it begins with the simple yet powerful principles inside this book. Griffith does not merely teach you how to manage your time, he shows you how to cleanse it. He reveals the hidden drains on your schedule, the silent thieves that rob you of productivity, joy, and fulfillment. He gives you the tools to reclaim what is rightfully yours, the time to live fully, to create boldly, and to succeed without compromise. So, I invite you to step forward into this journey, to challenge the habits that have held you back, and to commit to a new way of living, one where time is not just measured, but mastered. The Time Cleanse is not just a book, it is a movement. It is an awakening, and it is yours to embrace. Let's begin. The Time Cleanse, Part 1 Summary by Griffith. Dear readers, let me ask you a question. How much of your time is truly yours? How often do you feel like time is slipping away, stolen by distractions, wasted on obligations that don't serve you, consumed by habits that pull you further from your goals rather than closer to them? What if I told you that time isn't the problem? That you are not the problem? That the way you've been taught to think about time is what's keeping you stuck? Griffith, in his groundbreaking book The Time Cleanse, doesn't just show us how to manage time. No, my friends, he does something far more powerful. He shows us how to reclaim it, own it, and make it work for us instead of against us. So today, we embark on a journey through part 1 of this transformative book. This isn't just about productivity, it's about freedom. It's about understanding that time isn't an enemy to be battled, but an ally to be harnessed. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Time Trap. Why you're losing time and don't even know it. Right now, you believe you're busy. Your schedule is full. Your responsibilities are never-ending. And yet, you feel like you're never getting anywhere. Griffith calls this the time trap, a cycle where we give our time away without realizing it. We live in a culture that glorifies busyness, but here's the brutal truth. Being busy does not mean being productive.
Take a look at your day.
How much of it is spent reacting, answering emails, scrolling through social media, responding to others' demands, consumed by obligations that don't align with your real goals? Griffith argues that time is not stolen by external forces, it's leaked, moment by moment, through our unconscious choices. And if we don't wake up to this reality, we will forever be stuck in a cycle of exhaustion without real progress. The first step to reclaiming our time is to identify where it's going. Not just in broad strokes, but with precision. Every minute, every second. Because until you know where your time is leaking, you cannot plug the holes. Chapter 2. The Time Cleanse, flipping the script on time management. We've been taught to think of time as scarce. We say things like, "There's not enough time. I'm running out of time. If only I had more time." And yet, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Griffith challenges us to change our relationship with time, to stop treating it as an enemy and start treating it as an asset. Here's the radical shift. Time is neutral. It is neither good nor bad. It simply exists. And that means you have the power to direct it. You have the ability to decide where your time goes. But to do that, you must first cleanse it, remove the unnecessary, the unproductive, the energy-draining tasks and habits that are weighing you down. The time cleanse is not about doing more in less time. It's about making time work for you. Griffith introduces a powerful exercise. 1. List every activity you do in a typical day or week. Everything. From checking emails to watching TV to commuting to chatting with coworkers. 2. For each activity, ask, is this giving me time or is it taking my time? 3. If it's taking your time and not giving you anything of real value, eliminate it. Imagine how much time you could reclaim just by cutting out the distractions and obligations that no longer serve you. Imagine the energy, the focus, the power you could regain. Chapter 3. The time mindset shift from not enough time to more than enough. What if you could change your reality just by changing your thoughts? Griffith introduces us to one of the most powerful shifts we can make, moving from a scarcity mindset around time to an abundance mindset. We've been conditioned to believe time is slipping away. We constantly say we don't have enough time. But that belief creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe you don't have enough time, you experience stress, you rush, you multitask, and ultimately, you achieve less. But what happens when you shift your mindset? Instead of saying, I don't have time, you start saying, I own my time. I have more than enough time for what matters. Time is working for me, not against me. This shift does something incredible. It changes how you use your time. You start making intentional choices. You stop reacting and start designing your life. Griffith shares powerful examples of people who transformed their productivity simply by shifting how they think about time. Olympic athletes, Fortune 500 CEOs, high performers across industries, they all learned to stop seeing time as a constraint and start seeing it as an ally. And that, my friends, is where the real magic begins. Chapter 4. The power of present time. Mastering the moment. Now that we've shifted our mindset, it's time to harness the most powerful force of all, the present moment. Distraction is the enemy of progress. And yet, most people live in a state of constant distraction, mentally trapped in the past or anxious about the future. Griffith introduces the concept of present time consciousness, the ability to fully engage with what you're doing, right here, right now. He explains that the greatest performers in the world, whether athletes, artists, or business leaders, aren't necessarily the most talented. They're the most present. When you are present, your productivity skyrockets. Your stress levels plummet. Your performance reaches new heights. Griffith shares strategies to cultivate this state, including the time cleanse breath, a simple technique to instantly center yourself in the present moment. The single task rule, focusing on one task at a time, eliminating the myth of multitasking. The digital detox, creating sacred, distraction-free time blocks for deep work. If you can master your presence, you can master your time. And if you can master your time, you can master your life. Conclusion of Part 1. Your time, your life, your choice. And so, my friends, we arrive at the turning point. Part 1 of the time cleanse has stripped away the illusions. It has shattered the myths. It has revealed the truth. You are not out of time. You are not a victim of time. You are the owner of your time. The question now is, what will you do with it? Because in Part 2, we take this newfound awareness and turn it into action. We cleanse, we reclaim, and we reinvest in what truly matters. Your time is waiting for you. Are you ready to take it back? The Time Cleanse, Part 2 Summary by Stephen Griffith. Dear readers, the time for excuses is over. The time for action is now. We have shattered the illusion that time is our enemy. We now understand that time is not something we lack. It is something we control. In Part 1, we uncovered the time trap, rewired our time mindset, and learned the power of present time consciousness. But knowledge without action is wasted potential. And we, my friends, are here for transformation. Part 2 of the time cleanse is where the real work begins. This is where we take back control of our time, not just in theory, but in practice. This is where we cleanse, refine, and reinvest our time in what matters most. So, I ask you, are you ready to reclaim your life? Then let's begin. Chapter 5. The Time Cleanse Process. Cutting the Waste. Reclaiming Control. Imagine for a moment that your time is like a room filled with everything you've ever let in. Some of these things bring value, joy, and success. Others? They clutter, they distract, they drain. Would you keep trash in a room where you live, work, and create? Of course not. So why, then, do we allow useless tasks, unproductive habits, and draining commitments to flood our schedules? This is where the time cleanse process begins, a deep, intentional decluttering of our time. And it starts with a simple but powerful exercise. Step 1. The time audit. Identifying your time takers. Griffith asks us to list everything we do in a typical week. Not just work-related tasks, but everything from checking social media to answering emails, from watching Netflix to attending meetings, from commuting to mindlessly scrolling on our phones. Then, next to each activity, we ask, is this giving me time or taking my time? Is this helping me or hurting me? Does this move me forward or hold me back? You may be shocked by what you discover. You may realize that huge portions of your day are spent on obligations that don't serve you. That time is bleeding away, not stolen, but given away to people, habits, and distractions that don't align with your goals. But fear not, because now that we see where the leaks are, we can begin to plug them. Step 2. The time purge. Eliminating the unnecessary. Once we've identified the time takers, the next step is removal. This is where we cut, delegate, automate, or restructure anything that does not serve us. Eliminate distractions. Reduce time spent on meaningless activities like social media, excessive TV, or mindless web browsing. Decline non-essential commitments. Say no to obligations that drain your energy and don't align with your goals. Streamline tasks. Automate or delegate work that does not require your direct input. This process is not about doing more in less time. It's about doing the right things with your time. Time is your most valuable resource. And when you remove the waste, you unlock the ability to invest in what truly matters. Chapter 6. Reinvesting time. Aligning your schedule with your purpose. You have now cleared the clutter. You have freed yourself from the obligations that held you back. But an empty schedule means nothing if we don't fill it with what matters most. This chapter is about reinvestment. Now that we have cleansed our time, we must realign our daily actions with our deepest goals and values. Griffith challenges us to ask, what do I want to create in my life? Because once we we are crystal clear on our purpose, we can begin to design our days with intention. The 3 essential time investments. 1. Personal growth time. Investing in yourself. This includes learning, exercise, meditation, self-care. Anything that makes you stronger, sharper, and more resilient. 2. High-impact work time. Focusing on the few things that truly move the needle. The tasks that generate results, build your business, advance your career, or create meaningful impact. 3. Connection time. Devoting time to relationships that matter. Family, friends, mentors, those who uplift and support you. If your schedule does not reflect your values, then your life will not reflect your goals. Time is not something you find. Time is something you make. Chapter 7. The Time Cleanse Routine. Building Sustainable Success. The greatest breakthroughs are not one-time events. They are the result of consistent, daily action. Griffith introduces the time cleanse routine, a powerful, repeatable process to ensure we stay in control of our time every single day. The 5-part daily time cleanse routine. 1. Morning time review. Each morning, look at your schedule. Does it reflect your goals? If not, adjust. 2. Elimination check. Every day, ask yourself, what can I remove, delegate, or automate? 3. Peak productivity blocks. Set 60 to 90-minute periods of deep work, distraction-free. No emails, no social media, no interruptions. 4. Energy checkpoints. Schedule short breaks to recharge and reset your focus. 5. Evening time reflection. At the end of the day, review. Did I use my time wisely? What needs improvement? These small, daily habits ensure that we stay in control of our time instead of letting time control us. Chapter 8. The Time Cleanse Mindset. Making time your ally for life. This is not a temporary fix. This is a lifestyle. Griffith reminds us that mastering time is an ongoing process. Life will throw challenges our way. Distractions will creep back in. New demands will arise. But if we stay conscious, if we keep cleansing, refining, and realigning, then we will never again fall victim to the time trap. The final time mastery mantras. 1. I own my time. No one else controls it but me. 2. I make time for what matters most. I am not busy. I am intentional. 3. Time is always on my side. I am in control, and I am always enough. Because at the end of the day, it's not about having more time. It's about having the right time and making every moment count. The final question: how will you use your time? And so, my friends, we come to the end of this journey. We have broken free from the time trap. We have cleansed our schedules. We have reinvested in what matters most. And now, we hold the greatest gift of all, the power to choose how we spend our time. So, I leave you with this question. What will you do with the time you have reclaimed? Because your time is your life, and it's yours to own. The choice is yours. The Time Cleanse, Part 3 Summary by Stephen Griffith. Dear readers, we have arrived at the final chapter of this journey. You have shattered the illusion of time scarcity. You have stripped away the distractions, cut out the waste, and realigned your days with your deepest values. But knowledge alone is not enough. The real question is, can you sustain it? Can you not only reclaim your time but master it? Can you transform time from a daily struggle into an unstoppable force that propels you toward your greatest aspirations? This, my friends, is the challenge of Part 3. This is where we turn the time cleanse from a method into a way of life. Chapter 9. Time Investment. Multiplying your results with strategic action. By now, you've eliminated wasted time. You've made space for what truly matters. But if you stop here, you will only maintain your current level of success. We are not here to maintain. We are here to multiply. The key to exponential success is not just working hard, it's investing your time like a master strategist. The 3 levels of time investment. 1. Survival mode. Time is spent reacting, answering emails, handling urgent problems, managing chaos. 2. Success mode. Time is spent achieving, reaching goals, completing tasks, making measurable progress. 3. Multiplication mode. Time is spent expanding, building systems, creating leverage, and focusing on exponential growth. Most people get stuck in survival mode, bouncing from task to task with no real progress. Some break into success mode, achieving goals but often working harder, not smarter. But the elite, the true masters of time, operate in multiplication mode. They use time to create more time, more impact, and more freedom. How to enter multiplication mode. Create systems, not just solutions. Don't solve the same problem twice. Build processes that handle it permanently. Leverage your skills. Automate repetitive tasks, delegate responsibilities, and outsource anything that does not require your expertise. Prioritize high-value activities. Focus on actions that generate the biggest results, whether in business, health, or relationships. Griffith reminds us, your time should always be working for you. If your days are filled with low-impact activities, you are wasting your most precious resource. Ask yourself daily, is this the highest and best use of my time? If the answer is no, change it. Chapter 10. The Time Cleanse for High Performance, taking control in every area of life. We have mastered time at the personal level, but to truly thrive, we must apply it everywhere, in work, relationships, and health. Time mastery in work and business. Eliminate time-wasting meetings. If a meeting has no clear purpose, decline it. If it's necessary, keep it brief and focused. Batch similar tasks. Avoid constant context switching. Instead, schedule deep work sessions for maximum efficiency. Turn off distractions. Every unnecessary email, notification, and interruption steals from your most productive time. Set boundaries and protect your focus. Time mastery in relationships. Be present. When spending time with loved ones, put away your phone. True connection happens in the moments without distraction. Prioritize quality over quantity. A focused, engaged hour with someone is worth more than a distracted day. Eliminate energy-draining relationships. Some people drain your time and leave you feeling exhausted. Set boundaries and protect your emotional energy. Time mastery in health and well-being. Schedule self-care like an appointment. Exercise, meditation, and sleep are non-negotiable. If they aren't in your calendar, they won't happen. Fuel your body with energy-giving habits. A strong mind and body maximize your productivity and focus. Say a no to overcommitment. Protect your time by setting firm boundaries. If it doesn't serve you, let it go. Because here's the truth, your time is your life. If you don't protect it, no one else will. Chapter 11. The Time Cleanse Legacy, Making a Lasting Impact. And now, we arrive at the final, most profound question of all. What will you do with the time you have left? Because make no mistake, your time is finite. The days will pass, the weeks will slip away, and the years will unfold whether you use them wisely or not. Griffith urges us to think beyond the present. What is the legacy you want to leave? What impact do you want to make? The time cleanse is not just about personal success, it's about contribution. Your time legacy statement. Griffith challenges us to write our time legacy statement, a declaration of how we will use our time to create something meaningful. Because in the end, success is not about having more time. It's about having the right time and using it in a way that matters. The final message, the time to act is now. And so, my friends, we reach the end of our journey. You now hold the power to master your time. You have the tools, the mindset, and the strategy. But knowledge without action is wasted. And time? Time waits for no one. So I leave you with a challenge. Start today. Audit your time. Eliminate the waste. Invest in what matters. And take full control of the most valuable resource you will ever have. Because your time is your life. And your life is waiting. The choice is yours. Will you own your time? Or will you let it own you? Thanks for listening to Book Buzz reviews and summaries. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get new video updates.